All right, guys, we're back again with, I guess, part two, part three. Not sure what part this is gonna be, but here's N54, all cleaned up. Removed basically everything off of it, the turbos that came with it, all the serpentine belt, basically bare block. So basically what we're gonna be doing today is switching out the cam seals on this engine because before I put it into the 135i, I wanna make sure that it's at least good. I mean, it's a low mileage engine regardless. I won't have to do anything to it for the next few thousand miles, you know? So we're not going to be building the engine necessarily, like putting in pistons and rods, but we are going to be making it a little bit more reliable with the cam seals. I'll show you guys right here. Cam seals right here. Normally from the factory, they come metal, which happens to basically eat up the cam ledges, which we don't want to have to deal with that in the future. So I'm going to take care of that today. While we're in there, we're gonna get a look at the engine, stuff like that. It's a low mileage engine, about 60,000 miles. The cam ledges should be good. And then eventually, maybe it might be the same video or maybe like a part two. That's gonna be for the rod bearings, the crank hub, and an overdrive kit for the high pressure fuel pump. That way we don't have to run an external overdrive kit, which puts a lot of strain onto the chain. So like I said, today we're gonna be taking apart this top end, doing the cam trays, cam ledges, the seals, stuff like that. You guys are doing something similar. This is a regular 10. You put it in, and you can see you just have just enough space on here to get your ratchet or whatever. You can see it doesn't go all the way in, but we can take it out. So that should be a quick little tip for you guys. Very nice. All right, so this is how the engine looks. As we can see, it looks pretty good. I don't see anything crazy with it. Another thing I just remembered is we're gonna be blocking off these head ports because we are gonna be running port injection, and we do not want any fuel coming from the intake into the PCV system, which is gonna dilute our oil. That is not good. So I do have to block off these ports. So after I'm done with the cam ledges, I'm just gonna leave the valve cover somewhat on because I will have to come back here and block off these ports. Very good to do, makes them a lot more reliable and less gunky intake valves. So I obviously locked the timing into place. You can see it's pretty snug. And then I put this timing tensioner thing right here, which you need. And then you should see two QR codes on the top right here for the cams. Or you could put a screwdriver like I did right here until it reaches the top. You'll see that when you turn the crankshaft, that this thing will move up and then it'll move down. So when it's up, that's how you know you're at top dead center, which is the most important part. And you'll know you'll be top dead center for cylinder number 1 when you see the two QR codes showing up here. Okay, these things from what I know are one-time use, so be careful, I guess. It's a, what is this, an E8? One E8. So these cam phaser thingies, these are not interchangeable, so you can't put the one on the left on the right. So they should say intake and exhaust right here. See, exhaust for EX, and this one should say in for intake. So that's good to go. So I'm gonna start off by breaking them loose, little by little. Probably part. Yeah, okay. They're all loose. All these little things are loose. I think we just pull them out. Cool. This is out. We'll put it right here on our little workbench thing. Get the next one. Put it on a little workbench thing. So we're good to go. Let's check out these cam ledges now. One. See how our cam ledge is looking. We don't need these bolts anymore, so we can just toss these into the trash. Cam ledge is looking pretty good. Other side, same thing, slight wear where the cam edge goes. I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up. You can see it's like a bit of staining going on. That's looking good, to be honest. Let's check out this one. See how we're looking with this one. Same thing, nothing crazy. Here it is. Nothing too crazy. We can see where the wear marks are, those gray lines. So looks like it's good to put the seals in. We're gonna start off with I believe, the intake side. Remove the cam. Get the cam out of here. Okay. Trays are good to go, so we can move those aside. Now what we have to do is pick these little hard seals. Like so. You'll see I'll take them off right now. These things are literally made out of hard metal, which I guess is the problem. They're like hard metal. And we can see that they snap into place. Oh. Okay, anyways, so this is hard metal. And they were supposed to lock into place like this, like snap into place. So, somewhat. Okay. Okay, that's out. You see? Hard metal. Hard. Not good. This is what eats up the cam trays. It locks into place. Pretty cool, but we need to upgrade these. What is that? What is this thing in here? Oh, there's a chunk of metal in here. Or a chunk of the seal still in here. That's crazy. Good thing I saw that. Because if not, that would have been real bad. Back to where, what I was saying. Let's put these seals in here. Okay, cool. That went good, smooth. Try not to stretch it, you know, but it will stretch a little bit. I don't want the seal to flip because if it flips then it won't see correctly. So that's good. This other seal is good as well. Teflon seals are on now. It's pretty good. Make sure they're seated properly and not twisted. All right, I just remembered before I put this stuff on, because this car is not gonna, I mean, this engine's not gonna be completely ready yet. I'm gonna put some assembly lube because I don't want this thing running dry at all. Installation paste. This should work, I believe. I'm guessing it should be good. This cam tray is pretty much good to go. We just have to repeat the same thing onto this one and we'll be able to install it back onto the engine. All right, so what I basically did here is I put on the tray first, and then it won't clamp down unless you put this thing on. We can see I did not put on this side. I'm doing only this side first. And little by little, you're supposed to use like a special tool or something like that. Like it's supposed to clamp it down and hold it into place so you can just seat it on. But this way, you have to basically hand tighten the bolts and then start basically clamping down this whole tray. It's kind of forced, I'm not gonna lie. Like you shouldn't feel force when tightening them down, but you're technically just forcing this thing down. That's why I'm doing it by hand with the ratchet. I'm not using any power tools. And you want to do it evenly. I low-key started from the outside and kind of worked my way in. We can see I'm kind of going right here, kind of like a crisscross almost. So just snug, right there, snug. Move on to the next. And then just snug, move on to the next. That, like that. Skipping one. And then slowly but surely, it should start seating all the way down. All right, guys, so I put in the, what is that, the intake side on. Now I'm gonna put in the exhaust side. First thing you wanna do is make sure all these lifters are aligned, not out of place. Then get yourself your cam tray. We're gonna put it on in here. Try to line it up as best as possible with the holes. Like I said, make sure your QR code is up first of all, and then we're going to put in the alignment tool, which would be right here. Trying to line up that QR code up. See if we can do it. There we go. So you get your new bolts, which are right here for me. These are new bolts, FCP Euro. You have to replace them. They are only one-time use. All right, once we get all our cam trays in, we're gonna have to torque this thing down to 8 Newton meters. Pick that up at 8 Newton meters. We're gonna start from the center and work our way around to the edge. Just get started with 8 Newton meters. Right there, 8. We're gonna go like this. This one's kind of loose actually. And is that 8? Okay, that's 8. And 8. So as you can see, I'm starting from the inside, working my way out. All right, next thing up is 60 degrees. We can see 60 degrees. We are gonna start from the middle and work our way out. Let's see, we got 30, 40, 50, 60. All right, let's do it again. And 60. Do that again. So we're just gonna keep on doing this on the intake side. Repeat the same thing on the exhaust side. Like I said, start from the center and work your way out.